So my name is Matt Iovanni. I'm a managing partner over here at FullFunnel. I'm joined by one of my colleagues, Daniel Kadar, who's one of our revenue operations analysts. And one of the problems that we've always been trying to solve is to essentially decrease the amount of time to ramp positions like an AE function or an SDR function. And it's something that every sales team struggles with. A lot of new tools and technology have come out recently that have really enabled us to sort of rewrite the game of how we do this. And one of them is Trellus and their AI bots. And so, Daniel, talk to me, how have you used these bots in this software to sort of decrease ramp time and just increase the proficiency of onboarding new reps?
Thanks, Matt. So the way how we use Trellus is, number one, it's replaced the one-on-one role-playing situations. Traditionally, the way how role-playing would work, physical role-playing is probably the most valuable form of rep training and development. But traditionally, the way it would work is it would be in person, and I call them high five sessions because there would be really nothing of value gained out of it. Reps would do about 3 role plays, it would take an hour in total. So you obviously have got very limited availability of sales managers to do these role plays. They're also not effective. And that is what delays the whole ramp period because it takes a long time to actually go through all these role plays and, to do this quite effectively and to get the rep really ramped and ready. So what we've done instead is we've done away with one-on-one in-person role-playing simulations, and we have used Trellus. So what Trellus does is that we take a whole bunch of information and data from our clients, their marketing collateral, sales transcripts, call transcripts, sales copies, take all this data and we use it to program these bots that represent the ICP personas. And what that effectively does is that now you can have as many reps as you want doing role plays at the same time, and they're no longer limited to the availability of a sales manager to facilitate these role plays. So not only are reps doing more role plays, but it is less intensive in terms of the time demand and constraints from a sales manager. And this is how we get more output, more role plays, less time demand from sales managers, and we get reps ready to be deployed on their accounts much faster.
So how is it, functionally, what's it look like? How do sort of folks interact with this tool, and what's it look like from their perspective and also from a management perspective? How do you use the tool?
Sure. So this is actually how the tool looks. So I'm going to just walk you through quickly how we create these bots. So as I mentioned, we take a whole bunch of data, marketing, call transcripts, and we put it in a GPT, and it creates the output data that we need to really create these bots and their personas to fit the ICP profile. So here's an example. We created a bot called Chef David. It's a quick title description, a brief background about who they are and what they appreciate and what they're currently experiencing. We develop a problem statement, simply the pain points that the ICP experiences. And lastly, the objections. Now, what's really great about Trellus bots is that, we love using call transcripts. So we're using real objections. This is no longer theoretical. We're doing away with, as I mentioned, the high five sessions. We're using real life scenarios, objections that were actually, that sales reps really encountered in the field. And lastly, we just insert a few emotions that, give it a bit of a realistic aspect to it, that you feel like you're talking to a human being. And that is how we create these bots. And I literally create, on average, at least 25 of these personas. And the reps are in the simulator. They literally spend hours every single day role-playing against these multiple personas. And this is effectively what gives them as much exposure to the various ICP profiles that they would be engaging with when they go live.
And then as a manager, how do you see whether they did well or where they need improvement? What's that look like as the manager using this as a tool to help ramp their teams?
Yeah, so this is where we now leverage Triple Session. Triple Session is an AI coaching platform. And what the reps do is that they upload their calls. So they do these role plays with these bots, and they effectively upload their calls into Triple Session. And these calls get reviewed, and they get reviewed according to a specific playbook. The way how sales managers would have visibility on these role plays and how the reps are doing in these sessions is that we use Triple Session. Triple Session is an AI coaching platform. So what the sales reps do is that they upload all these calls that they've conducted with these bot personas, and their calls get reviewed by Triple Session. And the reviews are conducted according to the specific sales playbook that our clients have. And here you can see an example of all our sales rep scores. And this is really what it gets really exciting. This actually shows you how effectively we ramp up reps. This is in 1 week worth of activity in role playing, and you can look at their performance. I mean, you've got introduction, they're scoring 84%. Their ability to articulate the value narrative and pain points associated specifically with this business case is 88%. I mean, to have reps being able to hit 88% score on a value narrative articulation within 1 week is really impressive. So this is how sales managers, review the calls and also review the rate that reps are getting ready to actually effectively go out and engage with the ICP.
The reality of this is you got 2 AI tools here. You have which is an outbound prospecting platform that also allows you to build role-playing bots. And that what you're doing is effectively is having those bots act as the training ground for the actual ramping of the reps. And then you're taking the recordings of those interactions and you're feeding it through an AI scoring system so that every mock role play is then actually scored against the actual rubric. And so that sort of repetitive motion plus the quantitative analytics are giving you this like unparalleled transparency to essentially decrease the amount of time to get to, does this person have what it takes to hit or meet the goals and expectations? That's brilliant.
Yeah. The most beautiful thing about this is, I mean, I recently put 22 sales reps through this type of simulation. The amount of time I personally had to invest in this whole process was 1 hour.
Yeah.
So 22 reps, doing 25 role plays a day, and my time investment is spending actually reviewing the Triple Session analytics data. So
yeah,
it works.
Thanks, Daniel, for walking us through how you solved that problem, and look forward to talking with you again. Thanks.
Thank you.